Hello everyone, you're now with me, Ruben Gomez, for TVS News at 5. Now, let us begin. The 83rd Bintulu Development Authority BDA board meeting held earlier today, among others, delved into the need of developing the economic and social development in Bintulu. The meeting, chaired by Chief Minister Dato' Peninggi Tan Sri Abanjari Tun Openg, also discussed in detail concerning the initiatives to be implemented by Gabungan Parti Sarawak in the division. Also present were Sarawak State Secretary Dato' Amar Jaul Samion, Jepak Assemblyman Dato' Talib Zulpilip, Land and Survey Department Director Dato' Abdullah Julaihi and BDA Deputy Chairman Dato' Haidar Khan. Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development of Sarawak MIPD, Dato' Amar Douglas Ugambas, is optimist with his new ministerial post. UGGAH, who took over the portfolio from the late Tan Sri Dr. James Jamud Masing, said with the Sarawak infrastructure development, the state is one step closer to become a developed state in Malaysia by 2030.
UGGAH also said the diligent efforts of the former minister and assistant ministers have contributed immensely towards the ministry at ensuring infrastructure development and port development are able to achieve its target under the 11th and 12th Malaysia Plan. The Deputy Chief Minister also stressed that he and his assistant ministers will resume and execute all projects as planned before.
Of course, we follow the planning yang telah kita jalankan, tapi for short-term focus is a focus on the project sakit, the number of project sakit that delayed. We'll make sure that that will be solution will be found to make sure that it will be back on track.
He said this after the handing over ceremony for incoming Minister and Assistant Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development.
Now, tourism is a social, cultural and economic phenomenon which entails the movement of people to places outside their usual environment for personal or professional purposes. Tourism has to do with their activities, some of which involve tourism expenditure. The recent lift on the Enter Sarawak has garnered positive response from the industry players and sectors involved. Such relaxation is a privilege that no longer restricted tourists from visiting Sarawak.
Okey, dengan kebebasan yang diberikan sekarang, ini kerana ini boleh meningkatkan ekonomi tempatan seperti pedagang macam saya ni. Jadi pelanggan boleh datang terus, tak ragu-ragu lagi, tak ada kebebanan untuk mengisi, terutamanya mereka dari Semenanjung nak masuk sini nak beli barang tradisional seperti yang saya ada ni. Dan walau bagaimanapun harus juga kita menjaga SOP lah, supaya kita jaga kita. Masing-masing ada tanggungjawab untuk menjaga kesihatan, keselamatan supaya ekonomi lebih meningkat seperti sebelumnya COVID melanda.
Other than that, such a relaxation is one of the best decisions for the tourism industry.
Yang terbaiknya Sarawak telah membuka pintu kemasukan, especially daripada pelancongan daripada tanah Semenanjung ataupun dari orang daripada Semenanjung lah. Kita harap memang yang terbaik.
Once the tourism industry recover, this will follow with more job opportunity.
Okay, di antara kebaikannya mun si ada isi online pun form yang boleh menambahkan pelancong masuk dengan senang dan dapat juga membantu ekonomi para peniaga di Bumi Kenyalang tu dan memberi peluang pekerjaan kepada rakyat-rakyat Sarawak yang telah dibuang masa COVID-19.
For the record, SDMC made the decision comes into effect last Friday, January 14th. Non-Sarawakians travelling to the state from other parts of Malaysia no longer need to apply for entry via Enter Sarawak if they have not travelled abroad in the previous 14 days. A motorcyclist was killed in a road accident at Kwang An Road, Sibu this morning. The accident occurred at 1:15 a.m., where the victim, identified as Sylvester Sally Ukol, 41, was believed to have skidded and fell on the left side of the road.
The man was making his way to Cebu from Sungai Merah when he lost control of his machine and crashed. The impact of the crash caused the victim to suffer severe head injuries, and he was pronounced dead by paramedics summoned to the scene. Sarawak Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Department Chief Superintendent Alexan Nagachabu said the body has since been sent to the Cebu Hospital mortuary for further action. The case is being investigated under Section 41(1) of the Road Transport Act 1987.
Following complaints from the public regarding the heavy traffic congestion due to stalled road upgrading projects in Samarahan, the State Public Works Department has come up with interim measures to ease the situation. In a statement, JKR said it will bear responsibility for the maintenance work of the road. JKR hoped that this measure would reduce the plight of road users and elevate the traffic jams in the area. According to the statement, the project, which began on October 2020, was initially scheduled for completion on January 14th this year. However, the project could be materialized on time. Following that, the contractor was officially issued a notice of default on January 13th, 2022. Additionally, the Ministry of Infrastructure and Port Development Sarawak will request assistance from the police to control traffic at the 5 roundabouts in Kota Samarahan. The department said that it will work round the clock to patch the potholes. However, it noted that the filled-up potholes could not last due to the rainy weather. Thus, it said that stretches of the road would be milled and laid with a new premix layer. Should they have any complaints, members of the public can channel it to the JKR Sarawak Road Care via WhatsApp as shown.
Nya nang jaga kami lah, nya nang isteri. Semua tanggungjawab sebagai isteri nak pula betul. Sangat bernilai. Nak jaga rumah tangga. Saya insya-Allah kami harap hubungan kita tu til jannah.
Dia pun harap semua juga lah hubungan kedua bahagia di dunia dan akhirat.
Saksikan Merami Cinta hanya di TVS, saluran 122 Astro dan My TV.
Yang kami faham pakai mask.
Jarak mesti at least 1 meter.
Wash hand frequently. Tak mestilah pakai facial mask.
Penjarakan sosial.
First of all, macam kita masuk mall ke, sini kedai, mesti scan.
Sentiasalah jaga doktor.
Kita jaga kita.
Kita jaga kita.
Kita jaga kita.
Kita jaga kita.
Every day has a story to tell. But how well you tell a story is a different story. Let's join Yasu and B to explore the craft of story. You will learn how to structure and craft your idea to create a story to communicate with your audience. You will see a lot of beauty in the craft.
跟随4位不同舞蹈背景的舞者，体验沙劳越当地传统文化、美食和舞蹈。在这一集中，我们将去到巴达湾的 Kampung Anak Rais， 体验比达友的传统文化。舞者们能在一天结束前学会这比达友传统舞蹈吗？让我们敬请期待。
Welcome back. A total of 186 new COVID-19 cases of the Omicron variant were reported in Malaysia in the span of 4 days. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Noor Hisham Abdullah said this brings the cumulative number for the variant of concern, VOC, detected to 6,412 cases.
He said the Integrative Pharmacogenomics Institute of University Technology MARA detected 46 new cases, while the Tropical Infectious Diseases Research and Education Center and Malaysia Genome and Vaccine Institute both detected 43 cases. Apart from this, the Institute for Medical Research detected 28 new cases, while the Institute of Health and Community Medicine, University Malaysia Sarawak, detected 26 new cases. Meanwhile, parents can now add their children aged 5 to 11 years old as vaccine dependents on the MySejahtera app to register them for their vaccine. According to the Health Ministry's social media and communications consultant, parents need only to provide their children's full names and MyCard or passport numbers. However, more details will be announced by the ministry at a later date.
Now, the Indonesian Parliament on Tuesday passed a bill on the country's planned new capital in East Kalimantan. With the passing, constructions of the new capital will begin soon, ahead of the planned relocation from the current capital of Jakarta starting 2024.
The new administrative centre will be called Nusantara, a Javanese term for the Indonesian archipelago chosen by the president. According to its planning minister Suharso Monoarfa, the $32 billion capital has a central function and will be a symbol of the identity of the nation, in addition to being a new centre of economic activity. Plans to relocate the government from Jakarta have been mooted by multiple presidents, but none have made it this far. Jokowi first announced the plan in 2019, but progress was delayed by the COVID-19 pandemic. First phase of the construction will focus on developments such as access to the new site by building roads and subsequently ports. Indonesia has envisioned the new capital as a low-carbon superhub that will support pharmaceutical, health and technology sectors and promote sustainable growth beyond Java Island. But critics say the law was rushed through with limited public consultation and environmental consideration. Nusantara, which follows the creation of new capitals in other countries like Brazil and recently Myanmar, will be led by a chief authority whose position is equivalent to that of a minister.
In the world's first, Hong Kong has ordered a mass culling of hamsters in the island on Tuesday, sparking outrage of animal lovers after 11 hamsters tested positive for COVID-19. Authorities said a recent coronavirus cluster in humans traced to a pet shop workers prompted checks on hundreds of animals in the city.
In a similar move to China's zero COVID-19 policy, Hong Kong ordered 2,000 hamsters to be humanely put down and putting a ban on imports and sales. Various pet shops were closed and disinfected around the city, while healthcare workers in protective gear scoured the store at the heart of the cluster in the bustling Causeway Bay district.
當中就涉及咗78隻倉鼠、龍貓同埋兔仔。現時所得嘅結果咧，抽取嘅樣本之中咧，有11個樣本咧係呈呢個陽性初步嘅陽性反應嘅。全部嘅陽性反應嘅樣本咧都係抽取自呢個。
Hong Kong has also been testing other pets, such as rabbits and chinchillas, but only the hamsters were positive. Meanwhile, Hong Kong-based animal health experts said on Wednesday that COVID transmission from pets to humans in homes doesn't happen, after hamsters from a pet shop in the city tested positive for the coronavirus.
And this is really, really different to the situation at home where people have pets. And we need to remember that, millions of people around the world have been infected by SARS-CoV-2. Millions of people around the world have pets, and there have been no cases proven of pets transmitting infection to other humans. The same theoretical risk is there, but it just doesn't happen.
The local Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, SPCA, urged pet owners not to panic or abandon their pets after telling media they had received numerous inquiries from worried pet owners.
Well, that concludes TVS News at 5 tonight with the Nightline, 11:30 p.m. with Douglas Elliott. I'm Ruben Gomez. Anytime, anywhere.